All right, this is John Ione, live from Chesapeake. We've been having some audio problems. Yeah. All right, Bobcat fans, I know we're having some technical difficulties with audio. Hopefully you can pick it up now. Clifford in the backfield. Gavin Miller, quick pass out to Iono, and he drops it. All right, we've been having some technical difficulties. I don't think you heard me at the beginning of the game. Um, the tripod is broken, so I think you can tell by the waviness and the movement that we're having to hold this by hand. I'm running solo tonight, no Murphy horning, so now we got audio back. Bobcats down 2-0 after a safety. Clifford in the shotgun, Gavin Miller to his right. Clifford takes the snap, Miller gets it. Miller picks up about 6, still moving. Picks up 8, gets to the 28-yard line. And Bobcats, it'll now be second, and we'll see where the spot is. So it looks like it'll be second and about 2 to the line of gain. All right, folks. So Bobcats not in their usual performance level here, as he has Cooper Bauer and Gavin Miller in the backfield with Clifford. 3rd and 1. Kakura gets it, and Kakura does not get the first down. He's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So Clifford's, we're going to have, Bobcats again have not moved past their 30-yard line in 2 offensive stances now. Clifford back to punt. Again, a high punt, or snap. Clifford gets it off. Panthers pick it up. There's a flag on the play. Edward Hasty brings, or no, that's actually number 53 for the Bobcats on that tackle. And that is, it actually looked like 52 would be Cash Cates. All right, let's see what the penalty is. It's going to be holding against the Panthers. That'll send them back 10 yards. So they're going to start this offensive series from their 39-yard line. As we've got 2:01 left here in the first half. If you're just joining us, Bobcats not out to one of their typical starts, down 2-0. They had 2 offensive stands series, both of them ending in punts, and Bobcats not getting past their 30-yard line. Bobcats definitely missing Henry Olinger tonight. The good news with Henry is he will be able to return. That injury was scary looking, but he's going to make a full recovery, it looks. All right, again, they've got 5 receivers, empty backfield, low snap. It's going to be a keeper. Another flag brought down by Brody Boyd and Cooper Bauer there. See what this is. It looks to be holding. So that'll march him back. Looks like it started on the line of hit. They did it at the line of scrimmage, so that's going to drive him back 10 yards. So it'll be take them back to their own 29-yard line. So the Bobcats were able to flip the field here. They now have 1st and 20, the Panthers do. Under 2 minutes left here in the first. Your Bobcats down 2-0 off of a safety. Low snap again. Look, quick pass out. And that one's going to be missed. So it'll be 2nd and 20 for the Panthers. That one was meant for number 21, Logan Clay. Nestor Howard, the quarterback. He's in the shotgun. We'll have number 24, Philip Thacker, to his right. Trips left, single receiver to the far side. Bobcats running 2 safeties tonight, running nickel defense. Snap, look to throw, over the middle, and it's dropped. So it's now 3rd and 20 for the Panthers. Bobcats getting a little bit more rhythm here on defense, getting a little more disruption on the quarterback. Snap is off, looks to his left, he's being pursued. Cody Mason, and he's just going to throw it away as Cody Mason chases him halfway across the field. So it's now 4th and 20, and I would figure that the Panthers are going to punt as they are. Their punt team comes out onto the field. Back to receive for the Bobcats will be Mario Iono, standing on his own, probably about 45-yard line. So now's the time we're able to hopefully flip the field here and get some good. We've stopped them both times inside our own 15-yard line. Not great field position for our first 2 offensive series. Let's see if we can get some decent field position here and put one in the end zone on this drive. Punt is off. Snap is off. Punt is up. Iono back to receive it. Takes it. He's off. Out to the 50. Still going to the 40. Gets to the 30. Still going to the 20. Off and takes it to the 5-yard line. Mario Iono takes it down to the 5-yard line on a 50-yard punt return for the Bobcats, putting the Bobcats in great position for hopefully to put one in the end zone here. So this is what we need. I think this is the spark we need right now to get moving. All right, your Bobcats come out 1st and goal from the Panther 5-yard line after a 50-yard return by punt return by Mario Iono. Let's see what Coach dials up here. So in the backfield with Clifford is Bauer and Iono. Clifford takes the snap. Iono on the carry, and he's in for a touchdown. Bobcats put one on the board off of Mario Iono, touchdown. All right, Reichert coming out to attempt the hold, or attempt the extra point. Nick Yonkin holding. The snap is up and good. The kick is good. So your Bobcats with 51-9 left here in the first quarter. Bobcats go up 7-2. So the Bobcats woke up here, came up with a great punt return off Mario Iono's 50-yard punt return, put him in a great position for a Mario Iono score, and your Bobcats are now up 7-2. All right, hopefully the Bobcats wake up and we can get moving here. Again, folks, really sorry about the shakiness. The tripod is broken and I'm having to hold it by hand. So, and I'm on my own tonight, no Murphy Horning. I want to say hi to our production assistant who's home recovering from a knee procedure, Mary Ione. I think we got Lois Carter down in Cincinnati. Patty Ione, my mom, recuperating in Parkersburg. in the hospital, unfortunately, but she is recuperating. And John and Mickey Dick in Salesville, Ohio. And I know Ed Hasty has family here as Riker goes to kick it off. He puts it up. It's another snub kick, picked up at the 30 by the Panthers. They get maybe a yard, 2 yards on that return. And the the Panthers will start on their own. It's going to look like they'll put it at their own 32-yard line. And that's where the Panthers start. Let's see if the Bobcats can stop them again here. And again, I think they're waking up and they understand what they need to do. Next man up and all. Missing Henry. Beckett Jobert out as well. Unfortunately, Beckett's not going to be returning for the season as he has a shoulder injury that's going to require surgery. Owen Nugent out with his shoulder injury. Hopefully he'll be back in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Henry should be back in the next week to 2. So as Grandview here is now, it's Panthers take over on their 32. Off the Riker kick, snap, drop back, pressure, throws it long, and it's intercepted. Camden Dover with the interception, breaks it out to about the 49-yard line. The Bobcats have awakened. So taking a little longer than normal, missing their emotional, and we got a player down. Ben Richardson's down, but I think it looks like it's hot here. When kickoff, it was 91 degrees. So hopefully it's just a cramp. I'm going to set the camera down. Ben's getting up. As our Bobcats will be taking over on the 48. And Ben is getting up. Hopefully it's just a cramp as the Bobcats take a knee here. And we'll wait for the teams to come out. All right, Ben Richardson makes it off the field. Hopefully it was just a cramp. So now can't see who we have in at center. Clifford in the shotgun. Edward Hasty to his right. Trips here to the right. Near side, single receiver to the back. Hasty, quick pass over the middle. Ooh. That one was on target. There was a little collision there, no foul. Iono had it in his grasp, and that safety came over and got in the way, and that's an incomplete pass. It'll be now second down, Bobcats from their own 48-yard line. Clifford again in the shotgun. Hasty to his left, trips to the right. Single receiver to the left. Clifford gets a snap. Quick bubble pass, and it goes over to Kakura. Kakura maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's now 3rd and 10. So he did get back to the line of scrimmage. So I'm not sure what's going on here. If someone called a timeout or if they're taking a water break, because it is quite warm down here. So, yep, it's an official timeout to get water. Trying to keep these guys hydrated. As I said, at kickoff, it was 91 degrees. So it's the end of the quarter. Now the second quarter, starting the second quarter, your Bobcats up 7-2 over the Panthers. Panthers got their score with a high snap off a punt, and it went out the back of the end zone. resulting in a safety. Bobcats have stopped them twice in the red zone and not allowed them to score. So the only score comes off of a high punt, and the Bobcats now have 3rd and about 3 on this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's 3rd and 8. All right. Clifford in the shotgun. Edward Hasty to his right. Drops back. Clifford's rolling to the right. Looks. Goes long. Finds Kakura. Kakura is in the end zone for a Bobcat touchdown. Off of about a 50, 60-yard pass from Jack Clifford. Bobcats put another one on the board here at the start of the second quarter. So the Bobcats waking up here. Again, missing their emotional, spiritual, and team leader, Henry Olinger. I think it took a little bit of getting used to for him. Again, not having Henry out there driving them. But now we've got Reichert coming in to attempt the extra point. Youngkin holding. It's up, and it is good. All right, your Bobcats up 14-2 here with 11:49 left in the second quarter. So the Bobcats will be kicking off.
Panther fans, if you'll notice, the CHS High School cheerleading team all wearing unique T-shirts tonight. Every young lady wearing the name of her sponsors on her shirt. Round of applause for the sponsors for the CHS cheerleaders tonight. Thank you so much for your
All right, we're down here again on the banks of the Ohio River across from Huntington, West Virginia. Route 52, actually right there behind the stands. Grandview has a good showing here tonight. The band is to the right, but there's probably 70 or more fans out here. Ed Hasty of Ed Hasty Law, one of our sponsors, put together a bus, a charter bus that came down. I think he brought probably 50, 60 people on that bus. Nice for all the fans to come out. Good representation for the Bobcats. Reichert and the team lining up to kick off. Again, 11:49 left here in the second quarter. Your Bobcats up 14-2. All right, let's see. Coach has been having him do the short kicks, and I've said it a few times in our earlier games this year that I'm not a fan of that. Reichert can put it back into at least get it inside the 15 to the 10. He's got some good depth, but let's see where he puts it now. Kick is off. It gets out to about the 30-yard line. Bobcats are there to tackle. That one is brought down by Ben Matney and Mario Iono and Jet Stanley. So the Panthers will start at their own, looks like 36-yard line here on this drive. Good crowd out there tonight. Again, folks on YouTube, good viewership. Again, sorry it's a little shaky as the tripod is broken. So I'm having to hold it by hand, and I'm a one-man show. No Murphy horning, no production assistant Mary. It's John from the banks of the Ohio River. All right. Panthers have trips to the left. Low snap, handoff up the middle. Gets through the line and picks up about 7 yards on that play. Finally brought down by Jet Stanley. But he did pick up, Thacker picked up about, it looks like he picked up 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Panthers. Bobcats bending, but getting that brick wall when they get inside the red zone, not allowing a score except the safety. Again, a low snap. Keeper going out to his left. Cooper Bauer comes over and stops the first down. It's now 3rd and short for the Panthers. Looks like Ben Richardson's coming back into the game. That's good. So hopefully it was just cramps. Bobcats again running a nickel tonight. 3 linebackers, 3 down linemen. Low snap, fumble. And the Panthers recover, but will lose, it looks about like 4 on that. Cooper Bauer almost in there along with Brody Boyd to recover that fumble. So now be second and about 14 for the Panthers. It's 3rd and 14, sorry. 3rd and 14 for the Panthers. Again, the snap, the keeper. And he's going to pick up the first down, plus some, breaking tackles. Finally being brought down by Kyle Kakura. But they're going to get into Grandview territory off that first down. They're now 1st and 10 at the Grandview 35-yard line. He broke about 3 tackles there on that 20-yard run. Snap. Again, a quarterback or keeper. He breaks 1 tackle, but he's not getting away as Danny Main, Ben Richardson, and Cooper Bauer bring him down, and that's going to be for a loss of, let's see where they mark it. Looks like it's going to be a loss of 5. So it'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Panthers. Bobcats need to watch that delay run for the quarterback. That's got them twice now with. He's picked up probably a good 15 to 20 yards on both those plays, each play for a first down. So hopefully they're watching that now. Bobcats in, causing some trouble, and he can only throw it away as he goes down off a hit from Cody Mason and Brody Boyd. It's now 3rd and 15 for the Panthers. All right, both teams, they don't do, Panthers are running a no huddle. Plays are signaled in. They got 4 receivers to the far side, a single receiver here. Cooper Bauer in, almost intercepted, knocked down by Jet Stanley on the far side. It'll now be 4th and 15 for the Panthers. And there looks like there's a flag down on the play. And I think coach will decline that more than likely. It's a hold. It is a hold. Grandview will decline it. It'll be 4th and 15 for the Panthers from the Grandview 40-yard line. So let's see if the Panthers, I mean, you argue they just go for it here. They have the one punt they did. There was a 50-yard return by Mario Iono. So it looks like they are going to go for it. Nestor in the backfield. Takes the snap. Drops back. Pressure. Ben Richardson. Flag. And that one falls incomplete. So depending on what the flag is, there are 2 on the play. Let's see what they are. Looks like one is, hopefully they're not offsetting. If they're offsetting penalties, Grandview will take over. So one is a hold going against, it's declined. So it'll be Grandview ball. So it was a hold, Grandview declines it. Grandview takes over off the downs on their own 40-yard line. So again, if you're just joining us, 9:06 left here in the second quarter. Bobcats started out a bit slow, giving up a safety on their first offensive possession, but then coming back to score 2 touchdowns. off of Jack Clifford. The second one was a Jack Clifford 60-yard pass to Kyle Kakura. The first one was a 5-yard run off for Mario Iono into the touchdown. Off of his 50-yard punt return that put it on the 5-yard line. All right, Clifford in the backfield. Looks like Hasty to his right. He drops back, throws. Ione bobbles it and drops it. It'll be 2nd and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Bobcats going no huddle as well. Gavin Miller to Clifford's left. Clifford in the shotgun. Kakura to the far right. Jet Stanley here near side. Cooper Bauer and Mario Iono in the slot. Three seconds, Clifford takes it. Gavin Miller gets his number called, and he only makes it back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up a half a yard, if that. Looks like they will give him the half a yard. And it's now back to the, gave him a yard. So it's now 3rd and 9 for the Bobcats from their own 41-yard line. Hasty now in at running back to Clifford's right. Stanley and Iono here on the near side. Clifford takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield, gets it to Duncan Peters, but unfortunately Duncan can't hold on to it, and the Bobcats are going to have to punt it away here. 4th and 9 on their own 41-yard line. So Clifford will go back and punt formation. We've got 8:25 left here in the second quarter. Bobcats up 14-2 over. High snap again. Clifford brings it down, gets it off, takes a Bobcat or Panther roll, but then it rolls back, and it looks like Moore will down it at the Panther 30-yard line. All right, folks, the Panthers will take over off of that punt, Jack Clifford punt at their own 30-yard line with 8:16 left here in the second quarter. This is John Ione coming to you live from Chesapeake, Ohio, on the banks of the Ohio River as your Bobcats take on the Panthers from Chesapeake. So far, folks, the Bobcats are all scoring in the first half. The Panthers drew first blood off a high snap over Clifford's head, resulting in the ball going out of the back of the end zone for a safety. And then 2 touchdowns, 60-yard pass to Kyle Kakura for a touchdown, and a 5-yard run for Mario Iono for making it 14-2 for your Bobcats. All right, Panthers are up on the line of scrimmage. They got 3 to the near side, 3 receivers, 2 receivers to the far side. Nestor in the shotgun, gets the snap, drops back, quick pass, brought down by Danny Main and Jet Stanley. Looks like, let's see if they give him back to the line of scrimmage. And nope, he's going to lose a yard on that play. Again, Jet Stanley and Danny Main on that. And I know Ed Hasty has a bunch of people out there. Told me he's got a lot of family watching. Hello to the Hasty family watching tonight on YouTube TV for the Bobcat Sports Network. Drop back. He has nowhere to throw. There's a hold. This one's, and he throws it away. Nestor Howard had nowhere to go. All of his receivers, great coverage. And there's a hold on that play. They're going to get backed up another 10 yards. So looks like it'll probably be 2nd and 22 for the Panthers off of that hold. Yep, that's what it is. So the Bobcats have them at 2 at 2nd down, 20 yards. Thacker in the backfield with Nestor. They got 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Bobcats are set on their defense. Takes the snap, drops back. Nowhere to go. Has to dump it off. Great coverage by Jet Stanley on the far side. It's now 3rd and 20 for the Panthers. Snap is off. Nestor rolls to his right. Another flag. Pass is complete, but I think this one's coming back as Mario Iono drives them out after a 12-yard gain. However, there is a flag on the play, and I think it's holding again. So that's going to drive him back another 10 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 30. And it is holding on the Panthers. So 10 yards from that's a spot foul. So that's going to take them back. I think they're pointing to the hold occurred on probably around the 17, 18-yard line. And that's going to take them back deeper into their territory. It's on their own 9-yard line now. So it's 3rd and really long, over 30 yards right now. 31 yards, 3rd and 31 for the Panthers. Panthers set. Nestor in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Gets it off. It's fumbled. Picked up by, nope. They're ruling him down. Adi Kumar picked it up, scrambled in the end zone, but I think they're ruling him down, or let's see if it's down or an incomplete pass. A little confusion here. They threw the bag, showing that it was a fumble, but then they're calling it an incomplete pass. Yeah. Sorry, folks. So they're going to send in the punt team. Iono back to receive for the Bobcats he is at the 45-yard line of the Panthers. They're punting from their own end zone here. Let's see what happens. I think Coach Peters is going to send the hammer here on this one. They do. They get it off. It goes out of bounds. Ooh, let's see where they spot that. It didn't even make it past the 25. They're going to spot that at the 21. It went out of bounds at the Panthers 21, so Bobcats take over on the Panthers 22-yard line. So almost in the red zone off of a 18-yard punt by the Panthers. All right, Bobcats in good position here to put another one on the board if they can pull together a good series here. Sorry again, folks, about the shakiness. The tripod is broken. All right, Bobcats out on the field. Clifford has them in the huddle. Play clock starts. Line up. Iono to his left. Cooper Bauer to his right. Clifford in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Hands off to Iono. Iono up the middle. Breaks one tackle. And he's being pulled down by about 4 guys. And there's a penalty. Flag on the play after the tackle. I don't know what that's about. They're marching that off. It's gone against the Panthers. So that's a personal foul, half the distance to the goal line. Bobcats now have it first down, first and goal on the Panther 7-yard line. All right. Cooper Bauer, Mario Iono again in the backfield with Clifford. First and goal, Bobcats. And I think that's going to be offsides on the Panthers. So that's going to go half the distance to goal. So the ball is now on the Panther 3-yard line. First and goal for the Bobcats from the Panther 3. Clifford again with the long count. Hands off to Bauer. Bauer pushes up through the middle for a Bobcat touchdown. Cooper Bauer drives it in at 6:36 here in the second quarter. Your Bobcats are now up 20-2 over the Panthers as Reichert will come on to attempt the extra point. All right, Bobcats starting really sluggish. And when I say really, I cannot emphasize that anymore. Very, very not typical for the start for the Bobcats, missing their spiritual, emotional leader and playmaker, Henry Olinger. That one is blocked. So that one will be no good as the Panthers got through the line to block it. And at 6:36 left here in the second quarter, your Bobcats are up 20-2 over the Panthers. Folks, it was about 100 of you watching tonight. So, as I said, Ed Hasty chartered a bus, brought down about, 60 fans. Some others drove. I drove. I had to get here early to set the broadcast. It was a 2-hour and 38-minute drive down here. As I said earlier, we're across the river from Huntington, West Virginia, and Marshall University. Remember last year, these guys came up to Grandview, played in Columbus when Marshall was playing, and I know talking to the coaches and some of the fans, a lot of them stuck around to watch the Marshall game last year. Talking to Logan Dunn, our AD, I know he wasn't one to make that 2.5-hour trip back. So I think he got a hotel room down here. A couple people I talked about who drove down here on their own or spending the night. The team took a really nice charter bus down here, as did the band and the cheerleaders on a couple charter buses as Reichert lines up to kick. Not sure what we're waiting on. TV timeout, maybe? I don't know. Oh, the football is in the... No one picked up the football for the refs, so they had to go to the back of the end zone to get it. All right. Reichert getting ready to put his kicking tee down. Getting set. Reichert kicks it. Rolls out to about the 40. Picked up. And the Bobcats recover it. The Bobcats recover that kick. And will get it on the 32-yard line. So I don't know if that's what coach has been trying to do, but Reichert's kick made it to about the 32, took a bounce, and I think I'm not sure who picked that up. Looked like it was Camden Dover picked that up, and then he fumbled it out of bounds, and it's Bobcat ball at the 34-yard line of the Panthers. So the Bobcats have another chance here to put one in the end zone with 6:36 left here. Bobcats recover the kick. In the backfield next to Clifford is Gavin Miller. Iono and Stanley to the near side. Kakura and Peters to the far side. Clifford gets it, drops back, Throws over the middle, and it does not get to Iono. It's knocked down. Thacker knocked that one down. All right, it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Panthers' 34-yard line after the Bobcats picked up that, recovered the kickoff after it went more than 10 yards. Again, Gavin Miller in the backfield with Clifford, Iono, and Stanley to your near side. Kakura and Peters to the far side. Clifford gets a snap, hands it off to Gavin Miller. Gavin Miller up the middle. Going to pick up about 5 or 6 on this. We'll see where the spot goes.
Number 2, Gavin Miller on the carry.
Looks like they're going to give him about 5 on that. It'll now be 3rd and 5 for your Bobcats from the 29-yard line of the Panthers. Gavin Miller in the backfield. Kakura and Ione to the far side. Peters on the near side. Clifford hangs off. Miller gets it. He's out to the far side. Picks up the first down. Still going. Picks up another 4 or 5 yards. It's a Bobcat first down. Clock running. 5:40 and counting down. Bobcats inside the red zone now on the 18-yard line of the Panthers.
Ball spotted on the 18-yard line, first down, Bobcats.
And it's an official timeout. And there's a player down for the Panthers. Hopefully it's just cramped. It is warm. I said it was 91 degrees at kickoff. Sun's down. It's dropped down some, but it's still warm out there, and it does look like they're working on a cramp for this young man. And they're calling for water on the sideline. So as we take a break here, again, your Bobcats up 20-2. The only score for the Panthers was off of a high punt snap over Jack Clifford's head that ended up going out of the end zone, resulting in a safety. Bobcats then had another 2 series, didn't make anything on 2 offensive series. And then they stopped 3 series for the Panthers getting inside to our red zone. They stood up and didn't allow them in. Off of a 50-yard punt return, Mario Iono runs in the first touchdown for the Bobcats. And then Clifford to Kakura, 60-yard pass for the second touchdown. And Cooper Bauer off of the play there just ran it in for 7 yards for a touchdown. Finds us at 20-2 here with 5:26 left in the second quarter. All right, Bobcats, everybody back out on the field. Clock starts. Clifford in the lone, no one in the backfield, empty backfield. Kakura in motion. Handoff to Iono. Iono cuts, can't make it outside, and he's brought down by Thacker. Maybe picks up a yard on the play. It's now second. Nope. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. All right, Bobcats breaking the huddle. Clifford coming in with the play. Peters to the far side with Kakura in the slot. Moore and Stanley. And that's going to be a delay of game on the Bobcats. Nope, Peters called a timeout. Okay, he got the timeout called before the clock ran down. Bobcats will take their first timeout with a 4:26 left here.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are missing a small amount of currency, please come to the press box. We have it here, a small amount of cash was found. You tell me how much it is, I'll give it back to you. To the press box.
All right, Bobcats off that timeout before clock ran down. Back out on the field. Clifford in the backfield. Gavin Miller to his left. Peters out wide to the far side. Moore and Stanley on the near side. Kerr in the slot to the right. Clifford takes a snap, drops back, looks, finds Peters in the end zone for a Bobcat touchdown. Jack Clifford on the 20-yard pass to Duncan Peters in the far right side for a Bobcat touchdown. Bobcats now up 26-2 over the Panthers. Riker coming out to attempt the extra point. Youngkin holding. Teams are set. Snap is off. Gets it down, and that one sneaks over. Hits the crossbar. I think it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, but it hits the crossbar and goes in, and the Bobcats are up 26-2. With 4:18 left here in the second half, Bobcats cruising along now, woke themselves up. As I said at the top of the game, Henry Ollinger, who had a scary injury last week, but is expected to make a full recovery, which is great news. He's out, and Henry definitely the leader on that field, and I think the boys came out a little lackluster and maybe down, and it took them a good almost full quarter to get back into the game, but now they're firing on all pistons as your Bobcats will kick off here to the Panthers with 4:18 left in the second quarter. Kickoff team comes in. And Teddy Clifford's in the game here. Near side, right there, number 17. I only noticed because usually that's where Mario Iono's at, and I noticed that he did limp off the field after the last play. But he seems to be moving me. I think these guys have cramps, and they're moving around pretty good over there. They're stretching, so hopefully it's just a cramp for him. Teddy Clifford in. Let's see if Teddy can knock one down here. Riker gets it off, puts it deep. Picked up at the 20. Brought down, breaks one tackle, and Ben Matney there to bring him down at the 15-yard line, or 16 maybe. We'll see where they spot it. So the Panthers will start at their own, let's see where they spot it. I believe it's going to be around the 16-yard line. See, with 4:09 left here in the second quarter, see if how the Bobcats respond.
Well, we spotted the 17-yard line.
So they spotted at the 17-yard line. A little forward progress there, I guess. All right, Panthers make it out on the field. Nestor at quarterback. He will have one in the backfield with him. Trips to the near side. One lone receiver to the far side. Drops back. Pitches out. Picks up. Gets to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped by Iono, Maine, and Cooper Bauer. So he picked up 4 on that. All right, it is 2nd and 6 now for the Panthers on their own 22-yard line. Empty backfield for the Panthers. 4 receivers to the far side. They throw a bubble screen brought down by Iono. They lose 3 yards on the play. 3rd and 6. Panthers, again, they lost a couple yards on that. So it's at their own 21-yard line. See what they have dialed up. Drop back, looking. Gets out into the flats. Does he get the first down? Cooper Bauer stops him cold. Maybe with forward progress. They're asking for a measurement. And there's a flag. They weren't happy with I don't think the Panthers were happy with where the ball was spotted. And I think one of their linemen said something to the referee, which is no bueno. So that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul against them, if that's what truly it is. But I did see one of their linemen talking to the ref, and you just don't want to do that. The results are never, if you're complaining, never good. Emotions getting the best of the Panthers right now. Fans not happy with that. Let's see here, we're talking it over. The head referee threw that flag. So they're marching that one back. So the coaches for the Panthers, I think they wanted a measurement. They spotted the ball. Fans not happy here in Chesapeake. Let's see if they picked up the first down, but that first down may be negated, and it is not a first down. It really doesn't look like that's going to end up as a first down, and it's not. So the ref's talking to Peters now. So it's 4th down. Now the ref's coming over to talk to the Chesapeake coach, and that one is going to be not sure what the foul is. Panthers not happy with the spot. No sign what the penalty is here. So it's a sideline warning. 4th down. 10-yard penalty, it looked like. No, 15-yard, unsportsmanlike conduct. So they're going to punt. Mario Iono back to receive for the Bobcats.
Mario Iono back to receive for the Bobcats.
punt, good snap, good. And that one again is going to be aimed to the sideline and go out around the 26, 27-yard line. After that 50-yard return by Iono, they're avoiding getting it in his hands on those punt returns. So Bobcats take over with great field position. 2:33 left here in the second quarter. Bobcats up 27-2 over the Panthers as they will take over now. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like around the 27-yard line for the Bobcats. 2:33 to get it into the end zone here. Let's see if Bobcats can rise to the occasion. I want to say a big hello out there to Rick James, Joe Obringer, and crew back in Grandview watching. All right, Clifford in the shotgun. Gavin Miller to his right. Ione in the slot to the near slide. Peters. And Panthers call a timeout. All right. All right, folks, here. We're down in Panther land in Chesapeake, Ohio. Down the road, I think we're about 30 miles east of Portsmouth. Said a nice drive down here. Beautiful afternoon, 2-hour and 38-minute drive. I think it's going to be a 2 Red Bull night for me on that drive back here in the dark. But beautiful night down here. It's cooled down somewhat, so that's good for the players. Bobcats up 27-2 as the Bobcats come back out onto the field for this first play of this series. So Peters to the far side. Gavin Miller in the backfield. Iono in the slot to the near side. Play clock starts. Iono in motion, gets the ball, makes it to the outside, cuts in, he's got the first down, he's got room, break a tackle, got 2 guys to beat, and there's a flag. And I think that's coming back. There's a couple flags there. Iono picks up 33 on that play. And we got a Bobcat player down. Ooh, that's Mario Iono's down. So Iono being tended to on the far side of the field. Getting up. They're having to help him off the field here. All right, we'll get a halftime check on his injury. A nice run on that, but I think it's coming back. There are 2 flags. A little bit of dirty laundry on the field. I think it's holding as the ball is back at the 35-yard line. So I believe that was a hold on Grandview. They've already spotted the ball. It's now 1st and about 13 for the Bobcats. More into motion. Clifford drops back, looking, launches it. Ooh, over through the hands of Duncan Peters. It's now 2nd and 13. And there's 2 flags on the play. Something was going on back here. I think that one's going against Chesapeake. Probably an unsportsmanlike penalty. That'll be their third one of the game tonight, if that's what it is. 2 flags on it. There was some jabbering back and forth. Personal foul on them. Personal foul on the Bobcats. It'll be offsetting. So that one went against both teams. A little extra pushing and shoving there, I think, at the end of that play. Rightly called on both teams. Offsetting. It's now second and 13 for your Bobcats from the 30-yard line of the Panthers. 2:15 left here in the second quarter. Clifford takes the snap. It's low. Launches it. Peters is there. Oh, almost intercepted. Incomplete pass. Carrot broke that up for the Panthers. So it'll be 3rd and 13 for the Bobcats from the 30-yard line of the Panthers. I don't know, he's running on the sideline, so maybe a sprain or something, but he looks like he's going to be okay. And that message really is out to his mother, who couldn't make the trip tonight, and his grandparents, all grandparents. Hasty on the carry. Hasty gets outside. This boy has some speed, but he's brought down after picking up about 8 yards. So it'll be 4th, and there's a flag on the play. I think it's going to be a hold on the Bobcats. So what do you do here if you're the coach? Do you drive him back 10 more yards? Repeat, 3rd down. I've never seen a ref so deliberate in his marking off here as this guy. He watches each hash mark. So it's now 3rd and 23 for the Bobcats on the 40-yard line of the Panthers. See what the Bobcats can dial up here. Matney and Slot on the near side. Moore on the far side. Clifford in the backfield with Hasty. Clifford takes a snap, drops back, looking downfield. He's going to keep it. He's got room. He's going. And he gets out. He's probably about 5 yards shy of the 1st down. So I say we're in 4-down territory. Clock stops with 1:49. Clifford picks up a good 17 yards, 18 yards on that play.
Ball spotted at the 21-yard line. It'll be 4th down for the Bobcats.
4th and 5 for the Bobcats. See what Coach Peters draws up here. Definitely going for it. A little outside the range of Reichert for a field goal. So Clifford's in the backfield. He's got Cooper Bauer to one side, Kakur to the other. Moore out to the near side. Clifford takes the pass, hands off to Kakura. Kakura gets outside. Kakura picks up the 1st down. Bobcats, 1st down.
For 1st down for the Bobcats.
Cooper Bauer in the backfield with Clifford. 1:35 and counting down. Kakura in motion. Clifford drops back, looks, gets it to Kakura. Kakura taken down at the 7-yard line. Sorry, folks, here I got to hang out the window to get this one. All right, your Bobcats are on the 8-yard line of the Panthers. 1:11, counting down. 2nd and short. Clifford drops back, looks, gets the pass off, and it's incomplete. That one was intended for Kakura, broken up by the Panthers. All right, under a minute left here, 57 seconds. Let's see what Coach Peters dials up here. Ben Matney coming into the game. All right, ball is on the 8-yard line of the Panthers. Bobcats line up. You got Moore and Bauer in the backfield on either side of Clifford. Clock's almost down, play clock. Moore gets it. Moore gets up the middle. He's going. He's down. He fumbles the ball. I think he was down.
Ball is fumbled on the play.
And nope, recovered by the Panthers. So sophomore Jackson Moore fumbles at the 1-yard line, picked up by the Panthers. And this drive stops at the Panther 1-yard line. 50.5 seconds left here in the second quarter. Refs are talking it over. Let's see what they say here. I don't think they're going to reverse this call. Nope, I think it stands. So that'll be a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line of the Panthers. All right, not ideal, not what we want to see there, but there's 50 seconds left. Let's see if the Bobcats can pin the Panthers down here, keep them in their own territory. Nestor Howard in the backfield by himself. You got 4 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Snaps off, drops back, looks, gets it over the middle, and that one falls incomplete. So it's 2nd and 10, 46-5 left here in the second quarter. Bobcats now getting good penetration into the backfield. A lot of hurry-up throws here. Again, it took a little bit for the Bobcats to wake up. Interesting thing, there's cars, I don't know if you can see them, the shine off of them. People are actually sitting on the side of the road on the highway, which is a 4-lane highway, watching the game. So it must be a thing here in Chesapeake. All right, Panthers come up. It's 2nd and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Snaps off, rolls to his left, throws it, picked up, and he goes out of bounds to stop the clock after picking up a first down. So it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 30. See where the spot is, looking about the 33-yard line. Yep, 33-yard line. Panthers will have 39 seconds left to try to put it in the end zone. Bobcats have 39 seconds left to try to stop them. All right, Nestor in the backfield, in the shotgun. Takes a snap, drops back, pressure. Brady Boyd there, Richardson closing in, and he gets out of bounds, maybe gets to the line of scrimmage. Chased out by Richardson and Bauer. Well, folks, next, you'll have to catch us on Huddle for the next 4 weeks. Again, Bobcats, our first home game was last week where we beat Bexley, shut them out 35-0. And we'll return next week to play Mifflin, who is undefeated going into tonight's game. Haven't seen any scorers. All right, both teams up to the line of scrimmage. 31-9 left here in the second quarter. 7 seconds on the play clock, rolling down. Snaps off, rolls to his left, looking, keeps it. Gets out to the line, shovel pass, and he gets a first down off that, but there's a flag.
Flag on the play.
They're giving him the first down, but I don't know. Don't know what's going on here. That's coming back. I think it's a hold. Nope, illegal man downfield. So that'll push them back 5 yards. It'll be now 2nd and 15 from their own 27-yard line. All right, 18-8 left here in the second quarter. Takes the snap, drops back, looking downfield, launches it. No flag. They want pass interference on that. Fans not happy on that one. I think it was clean. But when you're on the wrong side of the score and something like that's happened, you're not going to be happy. So it's now 3rd and 15 for the Panthers. Kakura and Yonkin on that. Knocked that one down. There was a little incidental contact. Both players ran at each other. I don't think it rose to the level of pass interference. So obviously not. So it's now 3rd and 15 for the Panthers. Pressure. Richardson gets him in the back. Or no. Actually, that's 58. And 58 for the Bobcats is Owen Cantrell on that stop. Loss of probably 14, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. So your Bobcats up 27-2. We're going to take a break here so I can rest my arms. Again, folks, sorry about the tripod breaking and the shakiness, but we're having to make do here. So,
2 announcements, ladies and gentlemen. If you are Quentin Baker, I have your debit card in the press box. Quentin Baker, you can claim your debit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chesapeake as the captains come out for the start of the third quarter. Bobcats up 27-2 over the Panthers from Chesapeake. Checked on Mario Iono at the break, and he's going to be back full go here in the third quarter. A stinger on the knee. So Bobcats won the toss at the beginning of the game, so they deferred. So we will get the ball to start the third quarter here. We're about 30-some seconds away from the kickoff. Maybe. And it's going to be a late night, folks. It is just turning 9:01, and so that took 2 hours to get through 2 quarters and a halftime. So you folks back in Grandview waiting for people that have driven down here or came down on the bus or your kids, it's going to be a little bit before we get out of here. Hopefully it moves a little quicker than it did in the first half. This ref crew, number of flags thrown, both teams with personal fouls. Chesapeake with 3, Grandview with 1. Both teams with numerous holding calls. The scuttlebutt on the field from the coaches from Chesapeake, actually, is who I heard it from, is that this is a brand new crew. So they're doing a lot of conferring, making sure they get it right, and they're calling a lot of penalties. So I think that's been the delay of the game here. Hopefully it goes a little quicker here in the second half as we see your Bobcats now coming out onto the field, the kick return team. Back deep for your Bobcats. Looks like Gavin Miller and Mario Iono. Adi Kumar back there as well. Cooper Bauer. Edward Hasty. So Mario Iono is deep. And now Chesapeake is coming out onto the field to kick. And again, folks, sorry for the shakiness here. As I said, the tripod broke, so I'm having to hold this. And let's see here what they do. And they try the same thing. Edward Hasty picks it up. He gets out to the 45, and he's brought down. So the Bobcats going to start this drive at their own 45-yard line. As we start the third quarter, Bobcats up 27-2. All right, Clifford coming out onto the field now. All right, Clifford in a lone set back there in the backfield. Trips right, Iono in motion. Iono gets the ball, gets out, breaks one tackle, picks up the first down. He's out past the 40, still going at the 30. Brought down by 3 guys. Iono with a 32-yard run there. First play of the series, no flags. That one's going to stand, I think. Refs are talking. Okay. I don't know if these refs. Face mask. Oh, there is a penalty. I didn't see the flag, but it is going against Chesapeake. Iono did get a face mask. He got pulled down by his face mask. So they ruled an inadvertent tack 5 yards on. Bobcats now have the ball on the 25-yard line of the Panthers. Iono on the near side slot. Clifford in the backfield alone. 3 receivers to the far side. Clifford takes snap. Iono in motion. Handoff, gives it to Kakura. Kakura picks up about 2 yards on the play. Tripped up there at the last second. Thacker with a shoestring tackle there for the Panthers.
Second down and 6 for the Bobcats.
So Kokura with a 4-yard pickup there. 2nd and 6 for the Bobcats from the, looks like the 22-yard line of the Panthers. Clifford in the lone set in the backfield. Iono in motion, gets the ball, cuts the corner, gets the first down. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Mario Iono.
21, Mario Iono in for the Bobcat touchdown.
22-yard touchdown scamper for Mario Iono as the Bobcats go up 33-2 here in the third quarter. Reichert coming on the field for the extra point. Referees I don't know what that was. They blew the whistle. Now they're good. Reichert steps back, lines up. Youngkin to hold. Snap is off. Kick is up. And it is good. Reichert is good as Bobcats go up 33-2. 34-2. All right. So we'll see if what happens here on the first defensive stand for the Bobcats. As if we score another touchdown, it should go to a running clock. Bobcats woke up. I was speaking to a couple of the coaches at halftime, and they could tell on the bus that there's just something up, that they just weren't themselves. And it took them probably a good, as you witnessed here, a good quarter to really get into the groove. And now they're firing on all pistons. Reichert lining up the kick team. Teddy Clifford back out there. Freshman Teddy Clifford getting some special teams time. Kick is off. Received at the 22 and immediately brought down by Mario Iono. He didn't get anywhere. So the Panthers will start at their own, looks like 26-yard line is where they spotted that one. So again, we had to reconfigure the defense tonight. We're running more of a nickel defense. Put an extra safety in, 3 linebackers, move Cooper Bauer out of his defensive end spot to middle linebacker with both Roman Dye and Henry Ollinger out tonight, both of our middle linebackers. We usually run 4 linebackers. All right, Chesapeake lines up, Nestor in the shotgun, Thacker to his right, trips near side, lone receiver to the far side. Takes a snap, keeper, goes up the middle, and he's going nowhere. Ball's fumbled. Rolled down on that. Cody Mason had it and was looking at the end zone, but they rule that one down. That'll be a loss of about 3 yards on the play for the Panthers. That'll be 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 12. Drops back, quick pass, and that one goes through the hands. Bredine, it's 3rd down and 13. So Bobcats playing really forming up here on defense. Nestor drops back, finds number 2. He's brought down. He's going to be short of the first down.
Brought down by number 11, Cooper Bauer.
Bauer brings him down, but they pick up about, looks like about 10 on that play. It's now 4th and should be 3. Nestor in the shotgun. Thacker to his left. Trips to the far side. Single receiver. Nestor drops back. And Adi Kumar looks like he may have stopped him. Nope, they're going to give him the first down. Making up for that bad spot call in the last quarter. Giving them that one, even though they looked a little short. But it'll be a first down for the Panthers from their own 42-yard line or 36-yard line, and there's a procedure call on that, movement on the line. So that's going to back them up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15. Play's not in yet. They're trying to figure it out here. Nestor in the backfield with Thacker to his right. Drops back, looking. Ooh, Cody Mason jumps in the air, doesn't get him. Nestor runs to the far side, picks up 5 on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 10, it should be. See where they spot it. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, these refs are, I don't see a flag.
Face mask call on the Bobcats.
So they're calling that an intentional face mask, 15 yards. Didn't see it, not saying it didn't happen, but these refs have a lot to be desired. All right, Panthers at the line. Bobcats ready. Quick pass to the near side. Breaks one. Thacker breaks 1, breaks 2. Gets the first down. Brought down by Jackson Moore.
Jackson Moore for the Bobcats. That'll be a first down for your Panthers.
Panthers moving the ball here on the Bobcats. Peters pulled out some of the starters. Iono not out there. Jet Stanley not out there. Quick pass out into the flats. Brought down by Cody Mason. Not after, though they did pick up, it looks like it's going to be 6 on that play.
Bobcats. He's 2nd down and 6.
Pitch out to the far side. Kumar will stop him with Bauer cleaning up. They pick up 2. It looks like they're going to pick up 1 on the play. So it'll be third. It'll be 3rd and about 4 now for the Panthers. Takes it. Oh. Cooper Bauer gets him with a loss, and Nestor goes down. Goes down hard on that one. He gets up. Cooper Bauer on that stop. It's now 4th and 6 after a loss of about 2 yards on that. So I have a feeling they're going to be going for it as the offense stays on the field. Play clock at 12. They're still they changed the play at the line of scrimmage. Snaps off, looking, and that one is now going to be short, and the Bobcats will take over on their own 35-yard line. All right, so 3:14 left here. Third quarter going pretty quick. 3:14 left here in the third quarter. Your Bobcats up 34-2 over the Panthers from Chesapeake.
We have your iPhone in the press box. Catherine Robinson, we have your iPhone in the press box.
All right, Clifford's getting lined up, getting the play called, signaled in. Jet Stanley coming in. So it looks like Gavin Miller will be lined up, or no, that's Ben Matney will be lined up to the left of Clifford. Takes a snap, hand off to Matney. Matney got the first down and picks up about 12 on that play. All right, Ben Matney back there. Last year, a young man took a horrendous knee injury. Great wrestler, Ben Matney is, and unfortunately, he missed his whole wrestling season last year and the remainder of the football season. It's good to see him out there back in the backfield running again. He's been used sparingly, but I'm glad to see Ben back there. Snap, back to Matney. Matney gets stopped. Looks like he's going to ball placement. We're going to lose probably a yard on that one. Yep, with the spot forward progress, we lose about a yard on that. It's now 2nd and 11 for your Bobcats. Gavin Miller now in at running back. Jet Stanley out wide here to the near side. Iono slot to the far slide with Kakura and Duncan Peters. Miller in the backfield with Clifford. Iono in motion, hand off to Iono. Iono gets up the middle. He picks up the first down. He's still going. Still going. There's a flag. He picks, that one's going to be called back, I think. That's a 30-yard run. That might be his second run that's called back. Face mask. Ooh, may not get called back. That looks like it might be a face mask on Chesapeake. So Iono with the first down, 30-yard run on that. Face mask? Yep, face mask on Chesapeake. So Iono's run will stand. And let's see if they call it an inadvertent for 5 yards. Nope, they're going to call it an intentional and add 15 to the end of that play. So now the Bobcats will have the ball at the 16-yard line of the Panthers. All right, and the third quarter is going to run down here. We got 45 seconds left, 20 seconds left on the play clock, so Clifford is going to have to snap it. Miller in the backfield. Clifford unleashes it, and it's missed by Kakura. So Clifford's pass incomplete. The clock should be stopped. So I don't know if they think All right, that's the end of the quarter.
Into the third quarter, your score, Grandview Heights 34, your Panthers 2.
All right, the Bobcats, I'm not sure. I thought it was a 34-point game that you had to have a running clock, but I could be wrong. And I'm corrected, it's running clock at 30. So I was thinking it was 34, so that's why we have a running clock, and that third quarter went pretty quick. So hopefully here the Bobcats will get it first down and 10 at the 16-yard line. We'll take a quick break. All right, team's back out on the field. Grandview has it on the 16-yard line of the Panthers. Miller in the backfield beside Clifford. Iono in motion. Iono gets the call. Cuts. Makes another cut. He's going. He gets the first down. Brought down by about 4 Panthers at the 5-yard line. So he will pick up the first down on that play. It'll be first and goal for the Bobcats at the 5-yard line off that Mario Iono run. All right, clock running down here. Bobcats up 34-2. They're at the 5-yard line of the Panthers. Stands clearing out here on the Panthers side. Everybody's still on the Bobcat side. 4 seconds left on the play clock. Miller gets the call up the middle, and that is a Grandview touchdown. Gavin Miller on the touchdown. Bobcats go up now 40-2 as the field goal team comes on. Reichert will attempt his extra point. So it's been all Bobcats here since about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. They kind of woke up, understood what they had to do, and have been rolling ever since. Reichert, snap is off. It's up, and it's good. And there's a flag, though.
Reichert's kick is good. There's a flag on the play.
Let's see what this is. That one came from the back judge here deep in the end zone, so I don't know what. That's a personal foul going against the Panthers, so that'll be assessed on the kickoff. So I think the Bobcats will kick from the 50-yard line, I think. That'll be assessed on the kickoff. So next week we'll be back home playing Mifflin, who I believe is still undefeated. So it'll be the battle of the undefeated teams if everything holds up here tonight. With 10:48 left here in the fourth quarter, your Bobcats up 41-2. So the Bobcats actually will kick off from the 45-yard line of the Panthers, as that was a personal foul, and that's a 15-yard penalty. Oh, we're playing Linden. We're not playing Mifflin. We're playing Linden McKinley. So, who's undefeated? Mifflin hasn't won. They're our last game of the season. It's Linden McKinley. Thanks, Brad, for the reminder. Reichert's kick is off, and they take it on the 1. 2-3 tackles missed there, but then it looks like Danny Main and Edward Hasty on that tackle. So they got it. They get picked up about 19 on that run, that play, and the Bobcat defense comes onto the field.
Ball spotting the 20-yard line, first down, Panthers.
All right, Panthers at the line of scrimmage. Nestor in the backfield takes a snap. Thacker with it. He breaks one tackle, picks up 4 on the go. Brought down by Kakura and Jackson Moore. But picked up probably looks like about 8 on that play. All right, no huddle here. Nestor in the backfield takes a snap, hands off to Thacker again. Thacker up the middle, picks up the first down. Carrying 3 or 4 Bobcats there. Picks up about 8 on the play, gets out to their own 35-yard line. That'll be another first down. So coach starting to rotate out some of the starters here on defense now, giving them a rest. Cooper Bowers now out, Mario Iono out, Jet Stanley out. Quick pass into the flats, and it's dropped. And Edward Hasty lays him out. All right, we're at 8:33 and counting down. Bobcats up 41-2. Referee called time. I don't know what's going on here. Referee goes. All right, they start the clock back up. These guys, it's hard to understand what they're doing out there, these refs. But, hey, Nestor runs, passes on his roll out to the right side, and plays broken up by Nick Yunkin on the far side. Now 3rd and 10. All right. Again, the Panthers are running a no huddle. Nestor in the shotgun, Thacker to his right. They got trips to the far side, single receiver to the near side. Nestor takes the snap, rolls to his right, launches it long. And that one's going to be pass interference. Yeah, that one's going to be pass interference as Kakura ran into the receiver. That one's definitely pass interference. So that'll be an automatic first down for the Panthers. As the clock continues to run, under 7 minutes now. This guy, I'm watching him, he is so deliberate in his... And he takes forever to count them out. But hey, I don't have a 2.5-hour drive home. Oh yeah, I do. Let's step it up, refs. All right. Again, no huddle. Nestor in the backfield. Thacker to his right, trips out far, near side, single receiver. Again, Peters has pulled a lot of his actually almost all of his starters out. Lateral out to the right side, and they pick up the first down. So the JV out there now. Coach Peters pulling his varsity starters off the field, putting in the JV, give those guys a rest. We still got 5 games in front of us. Battle of the undefeateds next week. Nestor throws out into the flats. Adi Kumar and Kakura run him out of bounds. 5:40 and counting down. Your Bobcats up 41-2. All right, they're going to pick up. Looks like they're going to pick up about 6 on that play. 7. They're going to give them 7. So it's second and third. Second down and 3 to go. Snaps off. Out to Thacker. He's wide open. He's going for the end zone. He breaks 3 tackles, gets down inside the Bobcat 10-yard line. So again, the Bobcats, Coach Peters pulling his whole varsity squad. We got the JV defense in there now. I doubt we'll see. I think we'll probably even see if Bobcats get the ball back. I doubt we'll see the varsity in on offense as well, resting them for the battle of the undefeateds next week against Lyndon McKinley. Nestor in the shotgun, Thacker to his left, trips to the near side, single receiver to the far side. Moves, a little confusion here. Nestor keeps it, runs it, and gets into the end zone. So that'll be a touchdown for the Panthers. So it's now 41-8. Panthers put a touchdown on the board here in the fourth quarter with 4:18 left to go. So they're in to attempt the extra point. Snap is up, and the kick is through the uprights, and that one is good. And it's now 41-9.
41. Your Panthers 9.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from Chesapeake, Ohio, on the banks of the Ohio River. Your Bobcats are up here in the fourth quarter, 41-9 over the Panthers. Bobcats started out really slow. Took them 4 offensive drives to get their first touchdown. That was after a 50-yard punt return by Mario Iono down to the Panther 5-yard line. And then he drove it in from the 5 for a Mario Iono touchdown. Clifford with some great throws tonight. A 60-yard touchdown pass to Kyle Kakura. Yeah, Peters doesn't even have he's got the JV kick return team out there. He did not put Cooper Bauer out there. Back is Gavin Miller. Mario Iono was the deep back. So Peters resting those guys, making sure they're all healthy for next week. All right, 4:18 left here in the fourth quarter. All right. Panthers line up to kick. Back deep is Gavin Miller. The kick is off. It's a short one. picked up on the far side by number 12, who is Camden Dover on that. Picks up about 10 on it. So the Bobcats, good field position coming out. They will be at the 45-yard line of the Panthers.
45-yard line, first down.
All right, let's see if we have who we have out there at QB now. Nick Yonkin is coming out. He's going to be quarterback. Again, Coach Peters has pulled the varsity out. So you got the JV in there. So Nick Yonkin at QB. Beside him will be Edward Hasty and number 14, Hudson Saycash. Gives it to Saycash. Saycash picks up 5, 6, 7 yards on that. Actually, that was Jackson Moore back there with him. Jackson Moore on that run picks up 8, 7 on the play. Second down and 3 for the Bobcats at the 38-yard line of the Panthers. So, again, for you guys that may have missed the first quarter, I know we didn't have audio till halfway through it. We had some audio problems, a broken tripod tonight. Not been a great broadcast night to start, but Bobcats started out kind of slow. First score was safety put on the board by the Panthers. And then it's been, probably with 4 minutes left in the first quarter, it's been all Bobcats ever since. Yonkin takes it, hands it off to Jackson Moore. Jackson Moore picks up looks like they give him forward progress. Looks like he got the first down on that. We'll see where they mark it. And that is a, whoa. They're going to mark it just short. I mean, it's less than a yard. Less than a yard. Play comes into Yonkin. Yonkin gets the team up. They're getting up to the line of scrimmage. Yonkin gives it to Hasty. Hasty up the middle. Picks up the first down, +5. So the clock running down, 1:38, counting down. Bobcats have this one in the mail. The Bobcats are going to walk out of here victorious tonight, 41-9, after a slow start in the first part of the first quarter. As I think I was saying here, talking to the coaches at halftime, he said that trip just kind of had them off a little bit. Just they could tell when they stopped at Wheelersburg for a quick break that the team was just out of sorts. And it showed. Yonkin gets it, hands it off to Hasty. Hasty breaks one tackle, gets outside. Hasty gets to the 10, to the 5. Hasty puts it in the end zone. So that's a 31-yard touchdown by Edward Hasty as your Bobcats go up 47-9 here with 55 seconds left. I don't think Coach was trying to score that touchdown. Hasty is a powerful runner. He's a freshman. He broke 5 tackles there to get into the end zone. So Reichert out to attempt the extra point. It's up, and it is good. So your Bobcats now up 48-9 over the Panthers from Chesapeake. So Bobcats, again, started out slow, picked up the pace. Bobcats have been rolling since halfway through the first quarter and going to come home with another victory, rolling into next week's game of undefeated. Lyndon McKinley rolling into Grandview, our second home game of the season. We'll be taking them on. They're 5-0, Grandview 5-0. It's going to be a good game. Lyndon McKinley, a D3 school. There are only common opponent. They beat Bexley 8-6. So they beat them by 2. We beat Bexley 35-0. So I don't want to rest on that and say that we're going to blow those guys out, but that one common opponent we do have, we beat by 35 points. They only beat by 2. So hopefully we'll see what comes next week. We'll see if Henry Olinger returns to the line up. As I did, as many of you who were watching last week, scary injury, but he's expected to make a full recovery as Reichert comes out to kick off. All right. Under a minute left. Bobcats are going to kick it. Reichert gets it. Picked up at the 23. Driven out of bounds by Edward Hasty, Addy Kumar, and Thomas Fisher. So the clock's going to continue to run. 32 seconds left. I think both teams are now just going to the sideline and lining up for the handshakes. As this one's in the over, folks. Your Bobcats win tonight against Chesapeake 48-9. This is John Ione coming to you live from Chesapeake. I'm going to sign off. Got a long drive home. Tomorrow night, next week, Murphy Horning and I will be back calling the game from home in Grandview. Folks, everyone, thanks for joining tonight. Grandview comes out victorious against Chesapeake 48-9. Thank you, folks, and we'll see you later.